You are listening to the Ed and Tom Show. Spoiler alert! And you may not know this about me, but sometimes I guess I become an actor. Nothing's showing up on the door. Fuck, we still gotta spin the fucking wheel. Don't pester me right now. This is why you're a fucking asshole. Drugs, alcohol, and domestic violence. Stresses me. Goddamn cancer cans. The Ed and Tom Show. Here we go. Episode 29. The show about everything, but yet again, not about a damn thing. I'm your boy, Eddie Rock. I'm Tommy T. Look at Ed and Tom Show.
There it is. And you know what? If you're watching this, you may notice a big, giant, fucking, goofy-looking elephant in the room.
And it's not the Mac.
It's not the Mac. And if you're listening to this, you may have no idea what we're talking about.
No.
But we have a special guest live in studio, and this special guest is going to do something a little different than any of our other guests have done. And that is joining us for the entire show.
The entire show.
And I'm honored for that.
Yeah.
I really am.
Or disgraced by it. But understand that you are the first person that we have not kicked out of here after we had not a disaster, but some learning lessons with your sister. Not your sister.
Brent was with us for a whole episode.
But was he with you for back-to-back episodes?
No, we didn't do FIB then. It was strictly the
No,
Tom
I'm
Show
talking
then.
about next week. I'm still here.
You're here next month?
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
We don't know that you'll be on the show then.
I know.
We'll have to talk to see what the
See
people say.
how it goes, right?
We're going to test this with some audience. And
I really want to be the first.
Did we say who it was? We just started talking, but I don't know that we ever said.
No, you
I don't
didn't.
think we need to.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce our good friend of the show, Brent
Seth McFarland.
Alexander Rhines.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going, everyone?
What's going on, man? For those that don't know, like I said, Trisomus, if you follow us on Twitter, you see him pop up quite a bit. Him and old Jay Munley jerk each other off next to each other in the
Fantastic.
At least hourly.
At least. That's part of the draw.
Eddie's Johnny on the spot for all things sports related, on location.
Our Asian reporter, Brent Takanawa.
Yet I have not filed a single report.
Yeah.
You haven't.
So what the fuck?
We'll get to that. I got some hate and some questions about what's going on, and I think that you mentioned them the other day as well. So we're going to get to your performance report here live on the show.
So this is your third trip to the island right
Since
now?
you guys have been here, yep.
Yes. So you keep coming back to see us.
Yeah,
One question keeps coming to mind. Why?
I really don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have any friends back home.
I think it goes back to that conversation that we had before you came out here, and you said, "Hey, I'm booked flight. The family's coming. These are the dates that we're coming." And I said, "You realize that I'm flying to Yakima like 4 days later?" And he said, "You coming to Yakima has absolutely nothing to do with me going to Hawaii."
It's very true.
Oh, so it wasn't. You didn't. You came for you. Okay, that's fair. We got the family. We got the family.
The family's here. I'm here. It's all good. I mean, your wife, my wife, long history there. Quite frankly, I've only known you 8 years.
That's it.
I've known you probably about 7 now, Tom. Mm-hmm. But I can't say I have any better friends out there.
Hey, I have never had a friend that just says, "Hey, I'm a season ticket holder. Anytime you want to come to the Niners game, you got my ticket."
Yeah. Well, not my ticket.
Well,
the second
your
ticket.
other ticket.
The other ticket. My ticket doesn't go away.
Or if I could take your ticket and then just bring somebody else with me.
That would be cool.
No, that's not happening.
Just kidding.
That would be
Maybe for a preseason game that might happen.
Yeah,
Not too many other times.
I made a bold stance last week, called out for some tickets, and they appeared.
Nice.
I got a couple tickets, and I'm going to take Dad. Brent's going to be out of town, so he gave me its tickets. I'm going to take Dad to the Minnesota game.
Yep.
Nice.
I'd rather have somebody sitting in those seats than them
See
sitting
what tree
empty.
spread well. or Sprewell. When I brought up Laquan Treadwell for the Vikings last, he's like, Latrell Sprewell?
Oh, I don't even like basketball like that.
Don't basketball up my football.
Fourth member.
He's a
The bitch is in the house.
All right, let's get to business, guys. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way.
The business.
Brent, obviously, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I didn't want to intrude on your guys' space, but
You complete, Tom.
here we are.
So, the Cleveland Cavaliers are our world champions.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Congratulations.
Number 3.
Welcome back to
Number
Twitter.
3, yes. Yeah, welcome back to social media. But basketball is not done. Well, it is, but it wasn't done. We had the NBA draft.
They did?
They did.
When did they do that?
Last week.
Did they do it like in someone's living room or something? Like, did they announce it?
Yes, it was highly televised. It took over Twitter for an entire 2-3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see a damn thing.
Well, probably out of the 3, I'm probably the bigger NBA fan. But
I would say
something for the
fan.
state of a couple of things for your state of Washington, my neighboring state of Washington. Domantas Sabonis, son of Arvydas Sabonis, Hall of Famers Arvydas Sabonis, who played, or not Arvydas Sabonis, who hasn't played, but Domantas played for Gonzaga, goes 11 overall to Orlando Magic.
Ooh.
Minutes later, well, it was probably 10 to 20 minutes later,
It's your story.
traded with 2 other players to OKC.
What? He's going to play for the Sonics?
Yes, he's playing for fucking the Sonics. The Sonics get Domantas Sabonis. The Sonics are now sending Serge Ibaka to Orlando.
Whoa.
So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. The Sonics are back.
Yes, if KD stays with the Sonics, I'm very excited about that. But there's also some rumblings, tumblings, stumblings about KD. He is the marquee free agent this year.
Oh, by leaps and bounds.
And what were you saying earlier, Brent, about the reason why this year, maybe next year, are really important to free agents?
The salary cap is going to go just stupid over the next 2 years. This year is the first major jump, and I believe next year as well. So these guys that are free agents this summer are cashing in. That's how you're hearing about these teams becoming super teams, like Golden State making a run for Kevin Durant. You heard that story, 2-3 months ago? And it seemed unbelievable at the time, but once you start hearing about the hows and the whys, God damn, it's going to happen. It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but...
Yeah, it's starting to make sense of why it's like, why is Dirk Nowitzki opting out? Why is Pau Gasol opting out? Why the Bulls get rid of Derrick Rose? Because they don't want to fucking pay him, and the Knicks want to pay him. So it's starting to make sense.
Derrick Rose is one of those enigmas in basketball, and I'm not the biggest fan, and I'll admit this. And so I will say that I've never actually seen him play. I've seen highlights. I've gone back and watched reels.
I've seen him play in person.
Have you?
It is in his MVP season. I saw him play. It was amazing.
That's amazing, the fact that you saw him, because the
only
frequency... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the frequency on what he moves is almost impossible.
But, a guy who has so much talent, he just tears his entire body apart, demonstrating that talent. So those free agents headed out there like him, like KD, are going to bring in huge truckloads of money. Where is the most likely landing spot for OKD?
Like I said, I think, and I hope he stays with OKC. I think, Oakland is one of his wooers. Is it a wooer? Somebody who's trying to bring you in.
They're trying to woo him.
Yes. So he's a wooer. Golden State is a wooer of KD. There are 5 other teams documented that have set face-to-face meetings with him. OKC, Golden State, San Antonio, the Clippers, the Heat, and one other that I cannot think of. But Carmelo Anthony has come backdoor from USA basketball camp
yes, he has
come back and said, I have already started the recruitment process with KD, and I consider myself a part of the New York Knicks, and so that meeting has already taken place. So there's six other official meetings he has to attend, and then Carmelo doing his backdoor.
So at what point does KD go out and shop all these places and then come back to OKC and sign a monster fucking contract?
I think I really do hope that him and his Thunder buddy.
Does OKC think that they can let him go?
Westbrook.
Do they think that they can let him go and still be competitive?
No.
I wouldn't think so. No.
I mean, unless they can sign Westbrook and somebody or two somebodies that can fill the hole that KD will leave when he departs, but Serge Ibaka's not there anymore. Yeah, but KD came out and said, I'm okay with that. Serge Ibaka wasn't happy.
Him not being happy and you know, with the possibility of him going other places, now you have this potential for these super teams to get built, like you were talking about, these super PACs. How awesome would that be put together? If you have an opportunity, just pick a team, put together 5 stars that currently put that team together
right now
on the spot.
I would say right now probably the way I see it going would be OKC. He stays in OKC with Russell Westbrook. They bring in a like a LaMarcus Aldridge from San Antonio, and then. Okay, there's 3. A center. I can't think of a free.
Dwight Howard's a free agent, but
Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's fucking soft as fucking a sponge, man.
I agree, but I think that's about your only center out there right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dirk Nowitzki's out there, but he's also long in the tooth. But I think he gives you win now. I think he gives you win now star power.
He's kind of like your Peyton Manning.
Yeah, you win. He's not going to lose games for you, and it's I could say it like a LaMarcus Aldridge, Dirk Nowitzki, KD, Russell Westbrook, and then LeBron. I went the easy way out.
Yeah.
Bring fucking LeBron in.
So I'm going to pose an alternate question to you. Why not do that in Cleveland, minus Russell Westbrook? They've got Kyrie.
Bring in Kyrie and bring in KD.
Right. I just like Westbrook. I just like Westbrook so much better than Kyrie.
I just can't pull behind OKC. I can't even believe I'm sitting in a conversation where this is happening. I'm an angry Sonics fan.
We talked about the two Seattle basketball fans, the ones that absolutely despise OKC because of that. Yeah, and
the ownership.
And then there's other guys that are like, I'll still pull for the players that were Seattle that moved to OKC.
KD started his career in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very true.
He was ours.
Nick Collison's still there.
Is he really?
He is still there.
Oh my God, that guy's 16 seasons in?
Yeah, he is very long in the tooth, and a lot of guys are just like, we love OKC, but we don't like the ownership.
Yeah, I hate the ownership. Whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, not to close it up, but basketball's over, and so are we with that topic. Because UFC 200 is quickly approaching.
Ooh. The day after...
that's where I was going. The day after Brent, our correspondent, we have to get him out to 200 so that he can
fly out.
Yeah, we got to get him out there. So we're gonna get him out of here the day before, and then Tom and I will watch it.
If we don't, we're done.
We would be dumb. But Brent, being the guy on the scene, being the guy that is out there beating your feet, what do you think about 200 coming up?
Oh, I'm pumped. I mean, I look back 100 UFCs ago, UFC 100, and that was that big tentpole event. And what an amazing card that was at the time, and just mind-blowing. And you're wondering, how are they going to repeat that? And they've done a pretty good job of putting together a card that can rival. It might not be from a general population excitement level that maybe 100 carried, because it was kind of the it sport at the time, and the MMA has kind of drawn back a little bit since
You
then.
think so?
Yeah, from a
Really?
popularity standpoint, I do believe so. But you look at this card, and it really is a thing of beauty from top to bottom.
Yes.
Even the Fight Pass card, the portion of the card, is something special. And Tom, I see you looking at it over there. I mean, why don't you run down the card for us? I mean,
Just
it's
the
amazing.
just the Fight Pass, just
The non-pay-per-view.
the main
Not even on
event.
TV.
Yeah, it's not even on TV. The main event: Rafael dos Anjos versus Eddie Alvarez.
That's fight night.
That's Fight Pass.
Yeah, but that's
On
fight night.
Thursday.
Yeah, on Thursday. I'm talking about on Saturday. It was part of the 200.
The undercard for
Yeah.
the UFC 200.
Even that's
Oh,
amazing.
the one
That fight I'm looking forward to as well.
You're talking about
Those
the-
on-
You were saying what's not on TV.
No.
Which one do you want to look at?
No, hold on.
200.
He's saying 200, the undercard, the one that has like TJ Dillashaw, the before the pay-per-view
The
starts.
3 fights that are on Fight Pass before they even start on Fox.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you got oh shit. You got Hendricks. Or is he the first card of the
That's the first of the
1,
night.
2,
Yeah. On Fox, at least.
7? So there's 7 fights on the main card.
There's going to be 5 on the main.
Okay,
4
so
on the
your
under,
first,
and then
your
3 on the.
your main event of the prelims is Kat, Ziango, and Juliana Pena.
You just doing that to fuck with me right now?
Yes.
No, I don't. I actually.
And Big Rigs Hendricks and Kelvin
Gastelum.
Gustulum. And that's it. And TJ Dillashaw's fighting in the prelims.
Yeah, and go down one more. There's
One
another one.
more. Sage fucking Northcutt, the phenom.
That's the opening of Fox, but even go lower, the 3 fights before that. That'll be on Fight Pass
Diego Sanchez,
against Joe Lozon.
Thiago Santos, and
Gegard Mousasi.
Jagard Mususi, and Jim Miller. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't
Jim
know
Miller.
those two.
Takanori Gomi, he's a fireball kid. Come on now.
I
He
cannot
goes back
recall
to
seeing
the
either
Pride
one.
days, man. Come on.
I cannot remember seeing these two
Oh,
fight.
Jim Miller's a great guy. He was up in title contention for a long time. He's an exciting fighter. It's just a-
Would you drink a beer with him?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
I'd drink a beer with any of those guys.
Sweet.
Even John Jones. I wouldn't let him drive, but damn, I'd drink a beer with him.
Please don't let him drive. Please.
I'll drive you guys. I'll take you guys out.
Make sure he grabs his weed too when he.
I'll drive you guys. I got you.
But yeah, we haven't even fucking talked about the main card.
No.
200.
Talk about it.
Holy shit! I mean, what? You don't even have your top 4 fighters fighting in this pay-per-view. You got quite a few, and you're bringing back Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
If you're just exactly,
is.
that's exactly what it is.
There's
It's like,
the general public right there.
we got 3 really good fights, and then we're gonna throw in we're gonna pull in that WWE fucking crowd to pull in that $60 per fucking TV that you're seeing this on.
Oh man, he's gonna make his comeback. It's gonna be great. Brock Lesnar's gonna take it on.
He's
Take
fighting-
that, Vince McMahon.
He's fighting a tough fighter.
Yeah,
Mark Hunt.
Mark Hunt, the fucking
Love that guy.
the big Kiwi.
I do like the way that when he took that shot last time and he chundered straight back before he went down. That was a lot of fun to watch.
What are you talking about?
The last one, the last fight that Mark Hunt was
No,
in.
he had a
won.
walk-off knockout of Frank Mir.
Yeah, he fucking
And his last
knocked
fight.
out
last one.
Frank Mir.
I did not watch that.
And that was
fight.
fantastic. I hate Frank Mir.
He got
so-
performance of the night, knocking out Frank Mir, and then he beat Antonio Silva, and then he lost Stipe Miocic. is the one
And
that
who
fucking
is now
crumpled
the
him.
champion?
Yeah.
Yes, who fucking he
That's
knocked
the one that
out.
drilled him and he went back like
Yeah.
do you remember Mike Tyson's Punch Out? Yeah. That was it. That was it. Any other big ones to talk about there on that?
That was the small one. That was the small one to talk about. You got of course Bones versus. How do you say?
can
do it, Cormier.
we say it. Yes, that's how we say it. It's Cormier is how you say it.
Cormier. You say Cormier. That's how you say his name.
That's how you say it. Yes, correct.
That's not what I'm saying.
You say Cormier.
You're a whore.
I am. I love it.
Anyway,
That is the fight.
that is the main event.
That is the fight that we were supposed to see
A couple
3 UFCs ago, 197.
Yeah.
April.
But I think because Cormier had to he was under contract, he had to be an announcer.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was just pissing me off.
So, back to the Brock Lesnar fight. Do you think it's going to be a 5-round fight?
No.
No? Okay. But Miesha Tate and Nunes is going to be a 5-round fight.
That very well could be a 5.
Come on,
Well, it's scheduled for 5. I think Miesha is going to put her out before it gets to the championship rounds.
She's not normally a finisher, though.
But she needs to win that fight.
She finished Holly.
She did. She did. And that was fun.
And then Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar. It's
gonna be a good
That's
fight.
fucking going to be a good fight.
And that could be a 5-rounder.
Shit. It is going to be 5 rounds. 5-rounder, whatever the fuck they're doing there, 5-rounder.
Yeah.
This is a fucking championship card, and I'm fucking stoked.
There's one more fight we haven't even talked about.
Yeah, we haven't even got to Cain Velasquez, a former champion, fighting Travis the fucking Hightower Brown. I don't even know what his nickname.
From Honolulu.
Yes, that's right.
That's that giant motherfucker that leans on the side of the cage, right?
No,
that's Ben
you're-
Rothwell.
Yeah, that's
Ben Rothwell.
No. You're talking about the English dude.
Skyscraper, Stefan
Yeah,
Struve.
Struve.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Travis Brown's the guy. Well, you were here for that fight
Hoppa.
when Arvlosky and Travis Brown knocked each
that
other
was last
both
draft
out.
weekend.
Boom.
Yep.
That was the last time you were here, and we watched that fight.
That was sick.
where they both were fucking knocked each other out, and they were out on their feet, and Arvlosky
Just stumbling.
Yeah. Arvlosky ends up fucking taking the win.
He's also Mr. Ronda Rousey.
Mr.
He's dating Ronda.
Travis Brown.
Yeah, he's been with her since before her loss.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What a lucky motherfucker.
Maybe. She might be crazy.
You know the only thing I gotta say about Ronda Rousey though? That fucking mole, wherever it is on her face, that's gotta go, man.
Does it?
Yeah.
I give a fuck.
I'm gonna tell you, I've met her in person, and I didn't notice the mole.
In person was it good?
I didn't notice the mole. I have no idea. I don't know what you're looking at, but
We saw her that night. The first time I ever knew about Ronda Rousey was when we went to that UFC in Seattle a few years back.
Yep.
And you were like, no, there's this chick. Oh, wait, there she is. And
she's gonna be it.
Her and Dana White were walking up.
Yeah, I didn't get her that time.
You didn't get a picture with her, but
I got Dana.
you wanted to. Well, somebody got a picture with
Yeah,
Dana.
that's a good point.
So in this particular shot, Brent was like, "Oh, I want to get a picture with Dana," and he was doing the things, taking pictures. But you could tell that he was kind of at the end,
wrapping it up,
and he
there's
was
no
heading
doubt.
in. Brent had one shot like Eminem and one opportunity, and he captured it.
He
I
got
did.
mom spaghetti on his sweater.
So what he did was, as this nice couple had patiently waited to get their picture with Dana, and Dana was being gracious and loving and took it, Brent dives in the background, photobombs him, and gets his picture in
I
there.
have seen this photo. It is hilarious.
It is a great photo, and well worth it.
My sister Holly and her husband Eric have a picture arm in arm or arm over shoulder with Dana White on the strip.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They were there for their anniversary or some shit there, and UFC was there. I'm like, oh, you're going to UFC? They're like, it's here? I'm like, oh, I'm going to slap you.
Well, you were in Vegas for one of the UFCs, and you said that the prices,
McGregor versus Diaz.
and you didn't go.
Just in March. I tell you, that card got silly. I mean, the starting prices on the tickets, cheap seats, back row, $500.
Jesus.
And I was like, well, I'm going to kind of wait this out. I've seen how these things go. Just look on the secondary market. I've got a few ways I've gone about buying tickets on the secondary market. and things weren't progressing well throughout the week, and so last ditch effort was, all right, I'm gonna try to scalp some tickets, see what I can pull.
I'm going to take the old Ed Gano approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Next thing I know, I find myself walking through the MGM Grand. I've got two of my work friends with me, Munley, big listener of the show, and another gentleman that works with us. And I see some shady looking individuals kind of sitting by some oh geez, slot machines. Yeah, thank you. And you could tell that they were trying to get people's attention as they were walking by, and I'm like, tickets? And they're like, yeah, come into our office. So, but they're like, you got to sit down. You can't make it look like you're trying to do business with us. You're one of our friends.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting down. I've got two guys beside me, one guy across from me, and we start negotiations. And where they started was a pretty high number. I said, come on, guys. I can buy online for a lot cheaper than this. And the best I could do with them was something like $350 per person.
Damn.
And it just wasn't working. And who knows if those tickets would have actually gotten me through the door. So
yeah, that's what you run into.
I do have to say, you guys have been there. I have scalped a time or two. Matter of fact, most events that we go to, if I don't have a ticket that's been handed to me, I generally don't show up with one and just go. I have never once had a time where I've bought a scalp ticket and I've not been able to get in with it.
You're lucky. It's becoming more and more frequent that bad stories are happening.
Because especially when it's like the printout, like why not stand on the corner and sell 40 of them of the same fucking copy? The first guy gets in,
pop smoke, and you're done.
Yeah,
there's nothing stopping them.
Yeah. Matter of fact, this could be my next way I make money at the preseason game. Maybe that's what I'm doing.
Well, set your sights a little bit higher than preseason.
You got to start somewhere.
Well, you got to sell some though.
Maybe I'll make Dad the guinea pig. I'll get Dad out on the corner and see if he gets busted. Papa Tucker, I got something.
No, he's your bait. You sell one in public to your dad.
Ooh, yeah.
And now you're like, thanks, great deal.
Did you see this guy cut me a great deal?
Yep.
Well, to start out though, the key piece of equipment you need is that reversible sign that says, I need tickets, and I got tickets.
Yeah. I thought I needed the table with the 3 shells. Is that different? Is that a totally different thing?
It might be a little bit different. You might actually
Monte Carlo
do well on that.
A little 3-card Monte?
Yeah.
Follow the ball. Other than doing a little gambling down in Vegas and not going to UFC, I'm sorry, down in Vegas, not going to UFC, did you do some gambling?
Not on that trip. My work trips, for some reason, I've not ever gambled. I've been to Vegas twice.
Is that like an employee?
Not even like a...
No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm so busy, I'm focused on what I'm down there to do that spending that time at a table, I love blackjack.
I was going to say, I can't picture you going to Vegas and not sitting down at blackjack.
I love blackjack. And
not one hand of blackjack.
Not one.
Yes.
Both times I've been down there. I'm going down again in August. Probably not going to play again.
You're a fucking fool. We're over here stuck on a goddamn island. You're over here in a whorehouse of sin and guilt trying to dump quarters in a machine that we would love to do, and you just turn your nose up to it.
You're such an asshole.
I am.
Why aren't you thinking about the other people that
you know what?
We are living vicariously through you.
I'm going to tell you, when I can cash that check for being your correspondent, I will take it straight to
if we get a fucking report,
can we
get a goddamn report?
Brent, I will tell you, you have made far more money on this show than we have. and you've made zero.
Well, I mean, if you consider the couple gifts I've sent along the way, I'm in the negatives too.
That's true. We both have red numbers.
Yeah. So I mean,
you're invested.
I'm definitely invested.
But when it takes off, and we go big, we will call you from Vegas and tell you about how we're not gambling for you.
I appreciate that.
Something really off topic I just saw here. Did you guys know that Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, and Keyshawn Johnson were related?
Yeah.
I didn't know
They're cousins.
That. Yeah, I didn't fucking know that. I just saw a picture of Keyshawn. I'm like, oh, I saw this. They did a 10.
You know who they're also related to? Billy D. Williams.
Well, obviously, it's the hair.
our good friend Lando. So I just
The guy who did the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah, so I just made a reference there, which is a great thing for anybody that's listening to this. You may not give a shit about the Fantasy Island Boys Fantasy Football League, and I'm not going to waste your time talking about that because there's a completely separate show for you to go out and listen to. The Fantasy Island Boys preseason show number 2. Go out and listen to that. At the end of it, there should be some jargon in there that may clue you in.
Oh, really?
Tom believes that every person that sings a song is Billy D. Williams.
So that's going to make it to FIB, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, that'll be on the FB.
It's on the...
Well, because that's what that goes into that whole argument, right?
Well, it does. I mean, there was a whole argument.
Maybe snippets.
So we've had so much fun in the studio with Brent here. We did some lost sessions the other night that may have gotten a little bit heated, but it just lets people know that we are impassioned about what we do here at the Ed and Tom Show. Major League Baseball is in full swing. There's one person in this room.
See what you did there?
Yeah.
You like that? Yeah. There's one person in this room who is, a casual fan, right? And it changes teams as need be. And then there's, others that are maybe not as passionate of fans, because, and maybe not as passionate, but really grounded to what their roots are and where they started in life and where they've come up.
Exactly why I switched back to that team.
Switched back. Yeah.
And then Brent, I don't know what obviously I think your history kind of lies with mine in the Mariners. Kind of grew up, right?
I'm absolutely a Mariners fan. I mean, I remember when Dick Williams was their manager back in the mid '80s, and just watching Ken Griffey Jr. in 1989 make his major league debut against the Oakland Athletics, and just make it a completely different game, and so much fun to be a baseball fan.
They just showed a Ken Griffey Jr. highlight before I came back here. There was the College World Series is going on right now. Some dude just fucking robbed a fucking a home run, and they started showing best robbing home run catches of all time, and Ken Griffey Jr. wasn't number 1, but he was on the fucking list.
He had a couple, and
running up the wall in Yankee Stadium. Boop, boop.
But he also had one that didn't go so
Spider-Man
well
catch.
for him.
Yeah.
Where he stuck to the wall.
Yeah, and broke his hand.
Yeah, I think that was the refuse to lose season, wasn't it? 95, because they started to make the run when he came back.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, could have been.
I might be messing up my timelines here, but
And then the greatest.
I think it was 95.
Yeah.
The greatest, to me, the greatest Seattle Mariners moment was when Griffey and Griffey Sr. hit back-to-back home runs. That was cool. That's just something that God put those two people on earth to do that one thing. If they do nothing else, that was their moment.
well, for Senior to even have a career that lasted that long, that he could play with his kid.
Awesome.
I mean, that's amazing.
And they hit a home run the same night.
Yeah, right after him.
Back to back.
And that's funny. I think they just did a thing on Bartolo Colon. He hit his oldest person to hit his first home run.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Oh, he's in his 40s.
Yeah. Really?
Fucking cranked his first home run.
I would love to, because I've never hit a baseball. I would love to see, like, if I connected with a ball, how far it would go. Like, I think I would get out of the infield, right?
Yeah.
But how far? Like, talking Major League Baseball, wooden bat, taking a hard ball and trying to put it out there and see where you could get it.
85, 87
Feet.
No, miles per hour coming at you. Miles per hour coming at you.
I think that your feet was probably more accurate.
You put the variable in there I've never even put into play, which is the wooden bat.
The wooden bat.
I've never thought about that.
So changes it. And
It's
how odd
always
is it?
dumbfounded me that they don't do it in college.
Well, and how odd is it when you do watch the College World Series and you hear that tink?
That's how you know.
Because as far as television goes, tink in baseball is women's softball.
And Little League.
Or College World Series.
But I don't think of that. When I think of men playing baseball, I think of the wooden bats from the Major League Baseball.
The crack.
Yeah.
Right, that
Not the
crack in
tink.
the bat, not the tink. So when I hear tink, I think of fast pitching hot chicks that are probably lesbians playing college softball.
Could you imagine 100 mile?
Very specific.
They are. They're all lesbians, aren't they?
No.
I don't know. I think it's scientifically proven that all college softball and basketball playing females are lesbian.
I think you're having your Billy D. Williams moment right now.
That is the views of Eddie Rock and not the Ed and Tom Show.
I think it's. I'll look it up. I'll Google it, but I think it's pretty close. The numbers are high. The numbers are very, very high.
So, and then you'd probably think the same for the WNBA.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Every time WNBA's on and Tyler's like flipping through the channels, it's like, those are some funny looking dudes.
Yeah. There's definitely at least 100% in the WNBA. If you're in the WNBA, you've eaten pussy.
So you heard this is probably way old about Brittany Griner and her her wife. Mm-hmm. Both WNBA players, both suspended because Brittany Griner hit her. Ray Reister.
That's right.
Domestic violence.
Yeah, about that.
I think I did hear something about that. I didn't know
That was in the
both NBA.
spring, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was in the off season.
I mean, last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
It was. This is old news, but yeah, appropriate for the situation, or inappropriate for this situation.
Appropriate for our inappropriateness. So you want to talk about some movies? There's been some big movies that came out this week.
Well, you would hope they were big.
You would hope they were big. We talked about. We got excited. We were really gonna.
We actually dropped the ball on this one. We didn't mention Independence Day at all.
And I was heartbroken coming out here.
And you know what? I think it was it's probably best we didn't.
Yeah, from what they're saying.
I mean, so
We're gonna go do it.
yeah, we have to. We have to. Dory, Finding Dory, an animated already classic. It's gonna be. In its second week, has still made more money in its second week than Independence Day combined in its first weekend.
Reading that right?
Yes. Finding Dory in its second week
my
made almost 73 million. Independence Day in its opening weekend barely made 41.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I think Independence Day would have been extremely happy with 72 million.
Oh, they would have.
In their opening
In
weekend.
their opening weekend. Altogether, in 2 weeks, Finding Dory has 286 million.
Which I'll be honest, so one of the things, and what we were talking about, Brent said you've never been to an IMAX movie.
No, not that's a feature film.
Right,
Yep.
a theatrical feature film. So you wanted to go see the Independence Day in IMAX.
Yeah, no, I thought that'd be great to do that with the show.
And we've agreed, let's go do it. My concern is, because this movie has sucked so bad, that
They're going to kick it out?
because it won't be an IMAX because Tarzan comes out this week.
And that doesn't look good to me either.
Really?
No?
No.
I am fucking excited for
I can't
Tarzan.
wait to see the reviews on that. I think it's gonna
Harley
be,
Quinn's going to...
I'm hoping that they finally do this right.
This is one that they need to get right, because the Greystone, we talked about Greystone or whatever, it was close. It was close. It kind of had the darkness and stuff to it, but then it was like,
It was too
this was a
dramatic.
straight to HBO movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was too dramatic. It didn't have the fun action. This motherfucker's going to be... He needs to be swinging from vines like Tarzan does, not running
he
around
does.
talking about, I want to wear gloves and be a nice guy.
Yeah.
So...
I think it's going to have both.
But I think
it's going to
that's
have
where...
both in it.
I think that's where we're going to lose our ability to see Independence Day unless we manage to do something this week. So, just a thought.
Well, I'll tell you what. That was kind of one of the things I had in mind coming out here.
Well, bitch, you should have said something before you came out.
Well, I did.
He did.
It was on Twitter. But hey, and then first thing Saturday morning, what's that do? Shits all over my plans.
Yeah, I gave him the Rotten Tomatoes and all the other scores, and it's not good.
Hey, 3 stars on the fan ratings though. Come on.
That's good. That's now 3 there. That's okay if you're picking a movie for the cock. Yeah. That is not good to go pay $18.
Are you on IMDb?
Yeah. No, I'm on Fandango.
Okay, Metascore's got a 32.
Oof. Rotten Tomatoes a 33.
Yeah, 5.8 IMDb.
But Brent, it is still in IMAX, and so we can go see it.
On. What about you're not working? Do you work Friday?
I do. Thursday. What's Thursday? What do we have Thursday? Do we have anything Thursday?
I have a very big ordeal going on at work on
you're
Thursday.
fucked Thursday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. Wednesday. Can't do Wednesday.
Tyler has a football game Wednesday.
So it doesn't look like we're going to all be able to go together.
No.
And besides, I think Thursday it would be out of the IMAX because that's when Greystone would go in.
Well, it won't come out until the Tarzan won't come out until like 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
So matinee wise.
We'll keep our ear to the ground, and maybe I can peel away from work or something and we go check.
And
Well, if you do on Friday, let me know.
Okay. Yeah.
the way you've made me feel about this movie.
Be your own goddamn man.
Might not see it.
Fucking bitch.
When have I ever been my own
Be
man?
your own man.
If you want to watch a goddamn movie, you go watch a goddamn movie. Don't fucking blame
I'm
me.
not above watching a movie by myself. I will fucking leave the house and be like, you know what, I got shit to do, and I just fucking, I'm gonna go watch what I want
And
to watch.
let's also be honest. I'm not above watching a bad movie. I pick them all the time.
I've tried to watch a few of them.
And sometimes I don't even watch them.
I almost forgot to watch the movie, or not so much forgot, but got so fucking busy this week that I almost didn't watch our cinematic circle of criticism. The Ed and Tom Show presents the cinematic circle of criticism. So,
Did we pick a movie last week?
you did.
Oh.
Well, we spun the motherfucking wheel, and we came up with a comedy. And without skipping a beat, you said, rock the Kasbah.
I did.
And it was
Good.
awesome.
This was really good.
I liked it. Bill Murray did not disappoint.
Was it a comedy though?
Yeah, I found there were some funny parts.
I think
to
it was a light comedy.
It was a more of, okay, we're laughing at Bill Murray and we're laughing with Bill Murray all at the same time.
I would say comedy in the sense of not nearly as dark, but down the same road as like the goddamn, what's like the darkest dark things where they go, they're in Vegas, guys, bachelor party, banging a hooker, slamming her into the door. She gets a fucking towel hook through the head. She gets a towel hook and
Oh shit!
they have to bury her.
Wasn't that Christian Slater in that?
Yeah, and then they end up having to kill each other.
True Remit?
No, it's like very bad things.
Yes.
Oh shit!
So that's what I'm saying. You watch that movie and you don't laugh out loud, but then later you're like,
holy shit, that was kind of fucked up.
Bill Murray saying, "Let me play my traditional song," and he does "Smoke on the Water."
Yeah, that was fucking.
I want to listen to that again,
was
actually.
That was like SNL fucking Bill Murray singing. That was fucking awesome. I like that.
Well, I do have to say though, that is an ugly motherfucker, man. Jesus Christ, they showed him without the makeup and stuff, and Bill's rough.
He has lived life.
Yes.
At least he didn't get fat.
You know, I got a chance to meet Bill once. A good friend of mine, Bill Murray.
First name
golf
basis
course?
even.
Yeah,
Golf course?
I was out there at Pebble Beach. You know, it was a little spot I play. And yeah, Bill was out there. He had these big ass mutton chops.
Yeah?
It was like he grew a full ass beard.
He's
and
quite the golfer.
shaved off.
He
this.
is quite the golfer, though.
Yeah, so we chatted a little bit, got a couple pictures, well, whatever. I signed some autographs for him, you know, for his kids, but did take some pictures with him. So, you know, you're welcome, Bill. Super nice guy, great person to be around. You would really like him, you too.
He is one of the all-time classic Hollywood stars, though, at least of our generation. Tell me a better comedic actor.
Richard Pryor,
Will Ferrell.
Kevin Hart.
I would say Will Ferrell's not a better comedic actor. Come on.
What? Then Bill Murray?
Come on. I'm going classic. Somebody that's got 40 years.
Chevy Chase.
40 years. Chevy Chase. What happened to Chevy
Dan
Chase?
Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd's last movie was Ghostbusters.
That's not true. That is not true at all.
Is it? Is it true?
Well, I don't think it was his last movie, but last known movie.
I thought maybe we had a board
My
bet.
Girl, Blues Brothers.
My Girl was the one I was thinking.
Blues Brothers 2010 or whatever, 2001.
That was a classic.
Not the 2000.
It's up there in the echelon of all-time great.
It was good, but it was not. It was great for this show.
I mean, what about Bob? I mean, you got Bill.
What about Bob? That was a good one. That was a good movie.
Ghostbusters? We already mentioned that. I mean,
Caddyshack, though.
Caddyshack. Yeah.
My Bill Murray works at a golf course. My Bill Murray does.
My Bill Murray destroys bad ghosts.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
What about you? I do have one more Bill Murray though. That's
he fucks hot chick, Afghanistan horror.
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson. That movie was the movie we watched was so predictable.
Do you want to get back to
that? I was just saying, Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson was. Everything about that movie was fucking predictable as shit. I knew what was going to happen.
Well, it was based on a true story.
Yeah, but
Loosely.
But I don't think the horror was as hot as Kate Hudson. If there was this horror. There's no way. What the fuck is she doing in Afghanistan in a double-wide trailer banging nasty Afghanistan?
She's earning her retirement. Come on.
Now,
I do have places to do it. That's the only place she can score that kind of cash.
I do have to say this though. When we were over there was some not American, but there was some fucking pretty hot like Russian chicks that were over there doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so maybe they're just saying
they might have been victims of human trafficking.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
But she was there on her own accord though. So
you know whose daughter she is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
God
fucking
damn.
Goldie Hawn.
How does
still that?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean,
You'd fuck Goldie Hawn today.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I would.
Just to say I fucked Private Benjamin.
But you wouldn't. This goes back to the question the argument we had the other night. So you would fuck Goldie Hawn today,
Sure.
but you wouldn't fuck Hillary Clinton just because of the power?
No. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton had to be hot at one time. She has been a fucking troll since day one. That's what I'm getting at. There's no, like, I'm going to close my eyes and remember young Clinton.
You're saying Goldie Hawn was hot once. Hillary Clinton has always been a troll.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Goldie Hawn's still quite nice for a lady in her early 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, for the 70s.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's gross. So we watched this movie. Now, the only thing that I have to say that I got so fucking excited. We're watching it, right? I'm like, oh, and Tom, you hadn't watched the movie. And I called you and I told you this thing, and you were like, I'm watching it now because of what I said.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one of the people that we did not know that was going to be in it, but one of our favorites, Danny McBride. He's there. He's a part. He's playing himself.
Big old titties.
And then he sets up Bill, and then fucking disappears. And they never tell that story.
See him again.
They never mention it. They don't even say.
Throwing stacks of money at him. Here you go.
Yeah, they don't even say, hey, because of what happened, those dudes got whacked. Right? Something. No, they just fucking... Now, I do have to say, I am so glad that this movie, and this is what I was so fearful, is that this movie was going to take a Good Morning Vietnam turn, where you kind of have this fun comedy, there's an explosion, and then it just turns to shit and sad and all this. No, Bill Murray gets fucking blown up. He stumbles out of the car, acts crazy for a minute, and then keeps on with his life.
That's hilarious. Where the fuck you going?
And then Bruce Willis pops up?
Yeah.
Did Bruce Willis not look older than Bill Murray?
He did. No, he did. I mean, he was looking rough.
Where were all these fucking... Where did they come from?
Exactly.
I didn't know any of these people were in it.
Fucking Kate Hudson.
You know what? We probably would have if we would have looked at it last week instead of just saying rock the Kasbah.
Yeah, we would have known that.
However, I would pose this question, not to you, but to you, Brent.
Ooh.
You've seen the movie.
Absolutely. Just today, actually.
Would it be better with Danny Trejo?
I have a question I'm going to pose to you, actually, first.
Okay.
This is from a long-time listener.
You answer questions funny.
No, I know I do, but this is from a long-time listener. It's something that's been with me for this is 29th episode, so 28 other times. Why Danny Trejo?
Have you ever seen Danny Trejo? Have you watched Machete?
No.
Danny motherfucking Trejo. You watch Badasses?
No.
Danny motherfucking Trejo.
You've never seen Con Air?
No.
Danny motherfucking Trejo. That's why you can't say shit about Danny Trejo.
I'm not saying shit. I'm just asking.
That's a bad motherfucker, man.
We decided to take an iconic actor of our time and decided to say, okay, would this movie be better with one of our favorite actors?
Now, I will tell
Danny
you,
T is the man.
you said something earlier that I think that may help here. We're flipping through Netflix earlier today as you're getting ready to watch Rock the Kasbah, and you said, maybe I should pay more attention to Netflix.
Yeah.
Just go to Netflix, grab a Danny Trejo movie, and watch it.
Okay.
They're great.
I mean, I've seen him in movies.
Watch Badass.
Badasses or Machete?
Wasn't Badass the one that he Can I say it?
What?
Was that the one he died in like 5 minutes? Or?
No, that was Zombie Hunter.
Zombie
Hunter is the one where he died.
And he gets the title. Like, he's on the cover.
He's on the cover.
And it wasn't 5. It might have been a half hour. But he was like the second one killed.
He didn't have a huge part into the movie. It was like, okay, hey, we're going to see us some Danny... No, we're not.
So, then I'll ask the question, would it be better with Danny Trejo?
I personally can't see the spot for him. Maybe as the friend of Danny McBride, whoever that guy was, you know.
That was
a little bit of a harder edge.
That was a Hawaii Five-0 guy. Con.
I just muted Brent. because
you're coming off broken and sounding dumb.
and really dumb. Because you fucking the characters that you picked for Danny Trejo were stupid. Those were dumb answers. You don't get to talk for the next couple minutes until Tom answers. Tom, would be better with Danny Trejo?
Yes.
Okay.
I am replacing Bruce Willis with Danny Trejo.
All right. That was the exact spot that I put Danny Trejo.
Oh, yeah?
The exact spot I put Danny T in. Because how fucking awesome was that?
I think he would have almost stole the show in that spot.
And then when he turns and you know the shootout's about to happen at the mud hut.
Yeah.
And he turns and Danny Trejo would be like, "Let's do this shit."
Yeah.
And he would fucking get ready to whack somebody. That's fucking Danny would bring to that movie.
He would have called one of them fucking Afghanis he would have called him fucking essay.
Yeah. That goddamn, you need to watch Machete. I'm gonna give you your power back.
Boom.
Thank you.
And just know Machete's a bad dude. So we wouldn't be talking about Danny T if he wasn't that great. He really
No,
is.
I believe you guys. I mean, I trust your input and sometimes questionable movie enjoyment.
I do that.
But see, here's something too, Tom, that I don't think that we do enough of.
Yes.
And that is, we came up with some premises for some of our bits in the show very early on, and we've gotten new listeners since then. And so, even my wife, who we know is such a dedicated fan to this, sometimes has to ask. So, like the songs, she says to me the other day, she says, "So why do you still do these songs?" I said, "Because they're fun. They're for the show." And she says, "Do you think like you're going to get picked up and get like a recording contract?" I said, "No." I said, "These are all for fun." She's like, "Why do you do some of the ones that are dumb?" I said, "You're supposed to do the dumb ones. That's what the whole thing is. It's supposed to be funny. I don't take it serious." The purpose of the cock was to find movies on Netflix that we would never watch.
Yeah, now we have a reason to be like, oh, that might look good.
Yeah, let's go
that might
dig
look
into
good.
some of these archives. So we're not trying to pick anything that would be like, oh, this is one I have to go see. We want to find something that's like, man, I've never seen this. Oh, fuck it, let's give it a shot. And some have been really bad.
Zombievers.
And I thought that was one of the best.
And then we got great ones like Zombievers.
Or great ones like Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Oh, man, are you okay?
Yeah, that was fucking great.
You didn't watch either one of those, did you?
No, I watched Zombievers. I loved Zombievers.
You didn't see Tucker?
No, that was
one of our
before I
first
tried
ones.
to
That was one of
invest.
our first. It might have been our first. cock
It
movie.
was
it?
actually, yeah.
Okay.
It was.
And there's actually supposed to be a sequel. Oh, speaking of sequels to movies that we have watched on this show, July 1st on Sci-Fi, Sharknado 4.
Oh, goddamn.
The Fourth Awakens.
Is that what it's called?
It's on TV. The Fourth Awakens.
The Fourth Awakens.
So I'm sure there's probably going to be a Star Wars fucking...
There already is.
Well, they're in space from what you guys were telling me.
No, Andy Reid.
Andy Reid damn near looks better.
Yes. Tara Reid and her fucking Luke Skywalker robot /
She has a robot hand that she peels it off,
Chainsaw.
and it's a chainsaw.
That's hot.
Great movie.
She's
Great
not.
movies.
She's not.
July 1st, I don't know how many shows that is from now. That's next week, right?
We won't have another show until
After that.
After the first.
We have to somehow work in Sharknado 4. I don't know when we're able to get it available. It won't be on Netflix probably for like 7 or 8 days.
Cody.
Right. But not all of our listeners can do that. But we still have to go out
Oh,
and...
they all can do it.
Right, not all of them do it. So if we can find a place to watch it where we can all watch it, we'll put that out on the cock. So, Brent, let's have you pick a movie. You know, you sitting up here all fucking high and mighty anti-Danny Trejo and shit.
I'm not anti-Danny Trejo. I'm just wondering.
From somebody who's pro-Danny Trejo, you are anti.
Yeah.
So if I'm not with you, I'm against you?
Absolutely. When it comes to Danny T... Anime.
Documentary.
That isn't.
Brent, you have the honors.
Alrighty, let me dig into the old Netflix here.
You go ahead. You
See
keep
what I
doing
got.
that, Tom. I got something. You pick the movie here, and then we got to get into something, man. I got some fucking bad news that I need to share, and I got some worry and anxiety that's been building up, and I really don't know. I don't know how to deal with it, and so, do you have something, Brent?
Something just caught my eye.
What is it, buddy?
The resurrection of Jake the Snake.
Oh my God.
Jake,
One of wrestling's iconic heroes.
that's the one that he would pull the fucking bag out and put the python
he
on top
had
of
the
him.
snake.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, just listen to this. Struggling with alcoholism, ex-pro wrestler Jake the Snake Roberts turns to fellow grappler Diamond Dallas Page to get his life turned around.
I actually thought Jake the Snake Roberts was dead.
Well,
Now,
sounds like he was supposed to.
I saw a
He was supposed to.
long time ago. I'm pretty sure he has a heroin thing too, or used to have a heroin
Well,
thing.
I'm sure we're going to find out during our viewing. of
Depending
this.
on how they use that word. I mean, a lot of times when they say alcoholism, did they say alcoholism or did they say
It's
struggle with
struggling with alcoholism.
A lot of times drugs are lumped into that. Yeah.
5 stars on my Netflix.
On your,
5 stars.
let me see what my Netflix.
That's fucking crazy.
And mine has been a little bit skewed trying to watch cock shows.
You gotta go and rank them yourself. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, I don't.
Because if you don't,
I don't participate.
If it don't, it just considers it that you liked it.
Perfect. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. That could be bad.
What do you got, Tommy? How many stars you got?
The resurrection.
Of the cock. God, man, I'm fucking busted up, man. Hurry up, Tom. How many stars you got? Tell us later.
5. I've got a solid 5.
Presents. Well, this is gonna be some good shit.
The cinematic circle of criticism.
I can't talk about what I was going to talk about yet. I got to get the song right. It's not in the drop yet. So go ahead and pick it. Go to the next topic. I'm going to get this shit right because we got to talk about this.
So can we talk about game?
Do it.
Okay, so a Madden challenge has been put down this weekend.
Do we have?
That's why I was saying, can I talk about it or not?
Do I have something to push?
I don't know.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Madden challenge. Bing! So I have had 2 now Madden challengers. And everyone who listens and follows knows that my first one did not go so well against the fucking Ginger Ninja. So, my good friend sitting to my right, Brent, has challenged me. We rolled the dice. I was the Giants. You were the Saints.
Oh, New Orleans bringing it to the house.
First 3 quarters, it was a fucking nail-biter, right?
7-3.
And then
The ass whooping from hell.
your beloved Tommy Tolman is 0-2 in Madden challenges. It's fucking horrible, man.
4 picks.
4 picks by Eli fucking Manning. 3 of them in the 4th, I believe.
I will tell you, it was a lot of fun to watch, and just to sit there and do the color commentary and see you two, just absolute professionals, just really get after the game.
Nothing but the classiest gamesmanship ever in that game.
I promise you, if Lil Dom and the women were around, it would have been a little bit more livelier. I had to put my church face on.
Why is that?
Cause Dom and ladies.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not here now. What was the problem?
The fucking problem is all of a sudden you're the home team. No one gets to say, oh hey, who's home? You're like, I'm fucking home, and I'm like, well, whatever. I didn't put up a fight. So I was like, you know what? I got this motherfucker. Then we roll the fucking dice. I'm the fucking Giants. The fucking Giants, and you get fucking Drew throw for fucking 7 miles in a game. breeze.
But, I mean, he didn't throw for 7 miles in that
You
game.
didn't fucking have to, Luke, when I'm throwing fucking 4 or 5 picks.
I was gonna say, he doesn't have to when you're throwing to his team.
Yeah.
There may have been a moment I went for it on 4th down on my own 28.
With the lead, you were leading by 13.
No. That's when it was 3-0.
Yeah, it was still early.
Oh, yeah. But you didn't.
I didn't convert.
You didn't.
But on the very next play.
Interception. Yeah. Not good. I think I had 4 rushing yards. No, I take that back because Eli had a really good run at the
Right at the
last
end.
play of the game
16 rushing yards.
with his 7.4 40 speed.
But it turned out.
Congratulations, Brent. I will get you
Sometime.
some other time. I will fucking beat you.
It hasn't happened yet.
What I love,
Not the last 2 times. That's for sure.
what I absolutely love is the fact that Tom has these challenges, and it's I love you, right? but like everything, anytime you're involved, I'm betting against it. Hashtag that's Tom. I'm with the best of intentions. You play that game more than most people I know. You definitely have played it more than Brent's ever played it. Although now
I've been loyal since '95.
Full disclosure, Brent did practice prior to coming out here.
Absolutely. I took that seriously.
And you've been away from the game for a little bit.
Yeah, I played Tyler on Friday, and I lost that game too. So
I haven't played another living person, though. No, I played the
don't play
CPU.
online?
Oh, no.
What you need to do, if you are a fan of Madden, wait till 17 comes out, because if you listened last week, the commentators, what they say will change week to week. It's gonna give you that in the game feel. It's like, oh shit, that just happened. Not the same Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, fucking Drew Brees, blah 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 blah. Fucking did this last year.
I would ask this: would you guys care for a rematch? And I pose it this way: I would like to see you guys do a rematch, but I would like to broadcast it on Twitch. That way, any of our listeners, and then maybe we Twitch it, and then I could also maybe throw it out on Periscope. So if we had some folks that wanted to pop in, maybe they would only be able to see you and your reactions to it on Periscope.
You can't film the game on Periscope.
But I think that people could still interact that way, and I think that they would. So are you guys up for that?
I would absolutely love the opportunity to go 3-0 against Tom.
Okay.
All right,
Let's set it up for next weekend.
let's do it.
All right, we'll work it into next weekend, because I think this week we'll probably not see each other a whole lot.
This week.
This week.
Oh yeah. That's
All right.
that goes without saying.
Enough of that stupid shit. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I got a little song to kind of describe what's going down here, and just take a listen, and then we'll get into this. You guys ready?
I am ready. Ooh, a good story.
Just can't win. My big brown buddy has blown it again. Chano is on the run. Got too high to shoot and kill someone. Chano's a bad boy. Out in the dark, he got high to kill this spook-ass mark. Went to pull the trigger and the clock went click. This stupid motherfucker forgot to fill the clip. Now the mark is on him and the posse's called up. He's out all alone, cold, wet, and shot. Slip into the shadows and wait for his time. Chano's not done, just needs to unwind. The stress of the streets will break a man down, and we already know he ain't no brown clown. Chano just can't win. My big brown buddy has blown it again. Chano is on the run. Got too high to shoot and kill someone. Chano just can't win. My big brown buddy has done it again. Chano is on the run. Got too high to shoot and kill someone.
That goddamn Chano, man. Tom, I know you haven't heard from him.
Dude, I'm worried, man. He's been off the grid.
I got a phone call, man.
Yeah?
I got a phone call, and I don't know how to piece this together. So, I mean, I don't want to take it lightly, because we're talking about a man's life here. But what you heard there in the song is, last week we wanted to find Chano something that his brown heritage just kind of lent him to. And so after talking to him, the Ed and Tom Talent Agency, we found out that the guy's a steely-eyed killer. It's just in his nature. Mm-hmm. And we put out an ad for some gun for hire. Mm-hmm. And apparently he was contacted off of Craigslist and took a job. And
well, that's where I go for all my hitman needs.
There's some wording that you look for, but he ended up getting contacted. He got hired. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'll tell you this. I got a call today from an FBI agent as well as a U.S. Marshal. And there's some concern because apparently he was down in Bogota, Colombia, which I have no idea. Fucking Chano ends up in Bogota. And I guess he went to go shoot this guy. Fucking got high out of his mind and forgot to put the bullets in the gun.
Well, he's addicted to keystering. So, like, if he finds something, he's I gotta hide it.
Right. And so
it doesn't matter what it is. He's just gonna fucking put it up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, there's such a cavernous opening after 2 weeks ago. So he went to go. I guess he went to go shoot the guy. Click. The guy turns on him, shoots Chano.
Oh shit.
So he shoots Chano. He takes off running, and then that's where he lost like the paperwork he had. So that's how they were able to identify that there was a marginally American down on Colombian soil. So obviously, being brown like he is, he was just able to kind of blend in, kind of like that guy in Indiana Jones.
Billy D.
Yeah. So just blend in with the locals. You'll never find him. So they're looking for him. Apparently, he's hurt. He's injured. Hopefully, still alive. So what I would like to do is, they were asking if we know anything. If we could reach out and share some information, because I'd like to talk to him. And so what I said, all I can do is just ask our listeners, ask our friends and our family, hey, if you guys are out there and you know anything about Chano, his whereabouts, what's going on with the guy, give us a call.
Tell him to stop keystering.
Keystering and just we need to get him home, get him safe first, and then we can deal with whatever ramifications come out of that. But I'm concerned, I'm worried, and I'm scared, Chano. So if you hear this, buddy, contact us. And
please. Your wife and kids are very, very, very worried about you.
I mean, how long is a hot white wife going to go without something stuffing her up in there?
No.
I don't want that. I don't want him to come back 3 weeks later and she's already moved on and has another kid.
I wouldn't even give it 3 weeks. I mean,
probably not. So, yeah. So, to Chano's wife, if you hear this, please keep your legs closed just for like a few more weeks. Let's hope he comes back, right? And then, if not, then we can talk about moving on. Just episode 34. If we haven't heard from him by episode 34, you're free to move on.
She can be our showgirl.
You can be the show wife.
Yeah,
be the show wife.
So you're offering room and board?
Yeah, we got a spare room. I mean, if she was here when you got here, you wouldn't mind.
Well, I'll check up with her.
Yeah, whatever. Apparently she's hot.
Christy was typically fine with that.
But let's not lose focus. Chano, brother, be safe, be good, and just come home.
Please.
Anything, Tom, you want to say? You shoot out to him out there?
Yes. You got two very impressionable boys at home. They need their father. They don't need the keystring skills that you try to teach them, but they need their father in the picture.
They need it, Chano.
They need it.
We can't have babies raising babies, man. We need men to be men, and you just need to come in off the streets, dude. Get healed.
Yes, heal up.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll hear from him next week, and then we can do something. But until then, Chano, we love you, brother.
You are my brown clown.
Yes, you are, brown clown. Okay. So I didn't want to get emotional, but it had to be said.
Almost there.
So we're...
Promise myself, I wouldn't cry!
Be strong, Tom. Be strong. There has been some pretty cool movement, not only in in automation to talk about the autonomous cars that we've talked about multiple times.
Brent bought one.
Yeah, well, it's on the list. It's on the list. Hopefully, by the time I get home, you'll be able to get hold of it, man. I want to ride that Model 3.
Oh, me too.
But remember, we talked a few weeks ago about the trucks, the 7 semi-trucks that went across Europe completely autonomously, carried their load and went. They are now developing a cargo ship, completely a drone cargo ship that would have a 0-person crew. And you would take those crew members, change their role to make them almost like a drone operator, so that one person could actually operate multiple ships. And the design that's out there is a covered ship that has barcode readers, like QR code readers, all scattered throughout this thing, and it's scanning all the cargo as it's going. It's given full updates with weights and scales and shifting, and they're talking about how much more accurate and how much more they can put into it when they don't have to worry about the bridge and human life support, what they can do to the sensors and space that they can put on these cargo ships, and then just let them trolley back and forth across the ocean.
Fuck yeah.
How cool is that?
And they gave it a name too, right? Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McBoatface.
So fitting.
Speaking of Bodie McBoatface, though, there was a Floaty McFloatface that I saw. That garbage island that's out there in the Pacific.
The plastic debris field.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
No.
So that's out there. So the University of Hawaii, along with a couple other schools, they've actually developed this, almost, like the oil barriers that they put out when there's an oil spill? It's very similar to that. It's this big tube that drops down, I think it goes like 6 or 8 feet underwater to kind of corral things. But it's not, it's solid. The part that goes underwater is solid in a way that helps it stay weighted and allows fish to not get caught in it. And it can stand very, very rough seas and things. And they just built one that's like a mile long that they put around some stuff to test it. The next plan is to scale that up and build a 62-mile one.
To put trash in it.
No, they're going to rein that in.
They're going to take the 62 miles and put it around one of the smaller trash islands, right? Plastic islands, and then start to be able to process that shit out of that water.
Oh, well, fuck yeah.
They're going to lasso that in.
I thought you were going the other way. We're like, hey, we ain't got room for it on the land. Let's put it on.
No, those.
But we got to be nice to the fish when we do it.
Well, I know that one is like 7 miles across.
It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
Of just shit, and it's deep too. You can walk on it.
Yeah.
And there's shit like TV monitors, like computer CRT monitors floating in this fucking pile of trash out in the middle of the ocean.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, crazy stuff, man. But yeah, drone boats that can just like the stuff that's being launched up into space, coming down and landing.
So no like in-person mechanics, engineers on boat at all.
It said a 0-crew vessel.
That blows my mind because you just think about some of the safety issues potentially.
Nobody's dying.
Well, no, I get that, but what if some of the cargo comes loose? Who's on deck to help that situation? This is kind of near and dear to what I do.
Being a logistician, you are.
Yes. So there's definitely some questions there for me. I'd like to see answered, but it definitely holds some validity. I mean, everything's going that direction.
Well, I was going to say, it kind of goes to that whole point of an autonomous car the same way. How many systems do you have? You have your primary, your secondary, tertiary. If something goes wrong, there's got to be those types of same kind of checks and balances.
But with vehicles, at least there's still that human interaction in all the design so far.
Except for that guy last week.
The one that was sleeping in his Tesla?
The guy sleeping in his Tesla.
That was a great video.
It is. But that's what you bought it for. Did he get there safe? Did he break anyone else?
Well, we don't know.
Because he got pulled over?
Well, no. We just didn't see the end. They just showed him cruising down the freeway.
There was one that a guy actually got, the cop followed him, and then he ended up getting a ticket. It was the first one in California, somebody getting a ticket for sleeping in their vehicle.
While it's driving.
Sleeping while operating the vehicle.
I want that vehicle.
I know.
My mornings would be that much better.
I can't wait till you get it, dude. I can't wait. Do you know what number you are on the list?
It's like 567,973.
73, 74,
Yeah.
79.
That was pretty specific.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't ask him about what number.
What number are
No,
you?
he says, I think I'm about. That's what he said.
I see. I got you. So, what is your thoughts? I mean, when do we get to autonomous planes?
I hope never. Well, we do have them.
there.
You mean autonomous passenger planes?
Right.
I hope never.
They're there.
Well, I mean, but
It's no different than the Teslas.
It's a lot different.
No.
I don't think it is.
No, it isn't.
I think
Turn it on.
I am of the mind that once we get that technology and we perfect it as close as we can, obviously there's going to be, I mean, if 100 people go for a drive, one of them's probably going to get in a fender bender at some point, much like you.
Yes.
But we're seeing thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of cars going without these accidents. So once we get that system down, now we take the human element out of it. Planes, trains, automobiles, let them all drive themselves.
But, so when you're in a car, most likely you have to have a license to have this car anyway. Now you're in a plane.
But you're not the operator.
Yeah. Is there anyone licensed there? If shit goes south,
I would
that
say
can
it's a
jump
drone.
in there and. Or are you gonna have
UAV
Finn
drone.
Shepard on board?
I think it's a UAV drone.
That's very valid.
Well, what happens if that goes wrong?
Right.
Nobody there to grab the physical sticks.
There's obviously got to be a transition, right? So it's not just going to be like, hey, we have autonomous planes and all pilots are now fired. So probably like a 5 or 10 year period where you'll have it, and it's like, hey, pilots are there, but their hands off. And then it'll scale down to like, okay, well, you have to have two, but one of them can be sleeping. Okay, they can both be sleeping. They're just there. And then, let's just get rid of them altogether. But
Let's have a really loud alarm clock.
well, that safety, it has to create its precedent of safety before you can get to that point. But that's where it's all got to go.
It actually seems safer to me because you have to have at least a pilot and a co-pilot today. Even though you've got the autopilot that pretty much gets the plane to where it needs to be,
Right.
altitude, all that fun stuff, you still have to have the two-person crew because of safety. If one of them gets incapacitated, you have the second one. Well, if it's a drone, you could have a group of operators in one room. You're going to have more than one person in case of incapacitation. And then even think about from a hijacking standpoint, God forbid that there's another airline hijacked, who is there to hijack in that situation?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's a point I hadn't thought about. I mean, not that hijackings happen every day. Like every time you get on a plane, you think,
More often than they should.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, but still, there's potential for a human to interfere and cause that accident. And if you can remove that, I mean, we're not very responsible and we're not very observant when it comes to how many more times computers can sample the environment, right? Fuck it. Just, you know what? Just like all responsibility and choices, take them away from me. Just let somebody else have them and just let me exist.
I do
Not my
support that.
fault. It was not my fault. I do agree with you as well. Take all responsibility away from Ed.
I think that's something we can all stand behind.
These are all very, very good points.
Oh shit.
This has been so much fucking fun, man. I'm telling you, just hanging out, doing this stuff this week, all the different places that we've done. This has been great, and I just can't picture that we have another 10 days of this.
Yeah.
So at least one more show.
Sweet, man.
At least one more show.
One more show, a golfing session, and a fucking FIB message. Meeting, excuse me.
Well, and the best part for me is I'm condensing my entire Ed Gano experience into a 2-month period of time. I don't see you for 10 months out of the year, but I'm going to see you pretty much every week and almost every day in those every week for the next 2 months.
I will tell you,
Take your
push
your weapons away.
I am going to push you and Tom together because you're going to have this common bond now because he's going to be saying to you, now you see what I fucking deal with every week.
Oh, I know. I know what he deals with.
And so it's like, I forgot how bad it really was. That's this guy. That's this guy.
But on the bright side, it'll be another 10 months before I have to deal with it once it's done.
That's
it's not like Tom that gets stuck with you every week.
Another shit sandwich.
Every Sweet.
How many now?
No, I'm sure I'm not a fucking ray of sunshine to deal with as well. You saw a glimpse of Drunk Tom the other night, so you can imagine
Uncle Drunkle.
I really wish we could play a portion of that for everyone. It was truly a special moment.
passionately. Well, that was a lot of stout beer I was drinking.
You
that
were
day,
passionate. There was no doubt.
We decided to start at midnight, wasn't it?
It was
Midnight?
close. It was the midnight sessions
I
for
think
sure.
we ended at 2-ish.
You guys did.
Yeah, we did.
I got to the point where I was just like, I don't hate you guys, but I'm starting to. And so I'm just going to go to bed. I didn't say anything.
You just got up.
I just tossed the headphones and just walked out, went down, put on Netflix, and went to bed. And then the funny part was, because we record on this new fancy computer, and these drunk
We thought we turned it off.
they thought they stopped
I
it.
swore it was off.
So I came up the next morning. No, it did stop after almost 5 hours and 10 gigs of data.
Just the fan.
But there's you two fucking around trying to stop it, laughing and giggling, and then you hear the door shut, and then just.
Yeah, you got it. Good job.
I was like, well, we just say goodbye or just abruptly end it? And you're like, oh, I guess we just abruptly ended it. I was like, oh, sweet.
That makes it way easier.
So that makes it also is very disturbing of what if I had to do a show by myself or with a guest. I have no fucking clue how to do this.
We probably need to do some sort of training and some kind of, I have been meaning to write out like instructions on shit I do.
I can see that planning coming to fruition.
I plan on it. I'm not going to do it.
yeah.
I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to follow through.
I had a really good idea.
What's that?
But it's not going to happen.
What is it?
I don't know. I just had one.
I do those all the time.
It's awesome, and I can tell you about them.
Yeah, but I can't do them.
No.
That's what I bring to the table.
You're the idea man.
Thought.
You're not the execution.
You're the guy that I talk to the most, and there's this stuff that I just want to talk to you about, but I can't because you're never ever caught up on what I'm caught up on, like Game of Thrones. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk
We're
about
not
it.
talk about it.
I know
But
too much.
And no spoilers. I mean, I was one of the chief complainers about that when it came to The Walking
you're
Dead.
the reason why we don't do a Walking Dead spoiler.
No,
episode.
you could do a spoiler episode. I don't care
segment.
about that.
Or segment.
Just as long as you don't do it on the main show. That's all I ask. Because I do care. I listen. I want to listen.
Well, we cared enough to where we're just going to say, fuck it, we're not going to do it.
It did derail it, only because we then just didn't have the time to get that show done to do it justice. So we said, fuck it, let's keep just playing with big foam hats and paddle balls. That's about the level of quality that we have here. So, what have any big surprises? I mean, you've sat on the other side of the camera, you've sat on the other side of the microphone. One of the things that you hear people like when they go to a movie set, they're like, oh, I thought it was bigger. I thought it was different. When you came, what were your initial thoughts of the G-Spot and what we're doing here?
Well, you somewhat sound professional out in the listener world. It's gotten much better quality, in particular in recent weeks and months. But as soon as I walked in, I knew it wasn't professional. Look at this rinky-dink operation that you got going here. This table, I mean, it looks impressive on camera, but once I'm actually behind it and I'm behind these milk crates right here, and
Well, you're not in a normal spot.
And-
Those are some of the highest quality milk crates a person can find.
and seeing the leg space you guys have, I mean, we're playing footsie back here. So I mean, that's a little bit of a surprise.
That's a little bit of our stupidity.
Yeah. So I mean, but
A little engineering mix-up.
it's kind of fun to see the process behind the show and the effort that you guys are putting in. I don't know if anybody realizes that you guys do work on this as much as you do. And kind of a behind-the-scenes view it's been kind of fun to see what it is you guys do to put in together a show. As we worked on some things coming up into the show tonight, and just making sure that it comes off as effort-free as you guys make it seem. It's it's been cool.
It's definitely, I'll tell you, looking back, we didn't expect this level of effort, I think, when we first started. You know, it's like, hey, let's plug in the microphones, talk some shit, and then we started getting the weird feedback like, hey, that was all right, just this sucks. It's like, oh, yeah, I thought it sucked too, let's change it. And then you kind of go down that process, and it ends up being so much more work, but I now know, this is like honestly one of the first times where I get where people say it's a work of passion. It's a work of love. It's something I enjoy doing. This isn't like, oh, I dread it. It's like, God, I fucking can't wait until Monday comes so I can go in there and hang out and fucking talk a little shit with Tom, make fun of Chano.
Yeah, exactly. And from my point of view, Ed gets to live in the place where the G Spot is, and I'm jealous because of that. If I had my own studio, I'd be doing a lot of this shit as well. What people don't know, or if they do know, I'm telling people who don't know, Ed, almost everything you hear music-wise or script-wise, Ed has got his hands all over that. With little input from me and tweaks here and there, but that is a testament to what Ed's creative juices do for this show.
Oh, it's definitely a labor.
And I'm not saying I don't have a say or anything in it, but most of the creative shit comes from Ed.
But we can't. But it's just because we're so different. When it gets into all the fucking stats and the ones and zeros about sports and shit, I don't care. I just want to see the team win and a good story behind it. And I don't remember most of it, so that's why we have to have somebody who has some kind of recollection. I would probably talk about different sports every week and be like, what the fuck did I talk about last week?
Cricket.
So we got to have 7 days. So yeah, it's got to all work together.
Give and take.
So it is a lot of work. It's a lot of time, and it actually became kind of like my second job. I actually need my career to get out of my way so that I can focus on my fun, on the things I enjoy doing.
That's what I keep saying. It's like, fuck, I need to get done with this degree so I can fucking focus more on fucking on this instead of college.
So you're still in horticulture, right? Going into horticulture with Chano maybe someday?
Oh, definitely. Thumb is getting greener by the day.
Just like Chano's buds.
Yes.
Getting greener by the day. What are you looking forward to before you get out of here, Brent?
Well, I mean, this is one of the big ones for me, just being on the show. Coming out here so much, this is first world problem for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out here so much.
To watch Independence Day.
Yeah, get that shit upon. But hey, I'm just here for good times, good friends, spending some time with the wife and the kid. We went down to the pool today. That was a blast. Beach time yesterday was a whole hell of a lot of fun with you two. That beach is wonderful.
Did you make it to the cave?
No, I didn't make it to the cave, but that's on the goal, the list to do before I'm gone.
Well, let us tell you about how great it was again for our listeners.
Yeah.
So we went out to a spot called Nanakuli Beach Park, and it's on the west side out there, which is the side that they say if you're a haole, don't go out there, you'll die, which is absolutely true. So if you're listening to this and you're a haole, do not go out there. It's a horrible place.
You are looking at 3 haoles if you don't know what one are.
And I feared for my life the whole time.
Yeah, so don't go. However, we braved it, and I'll just give you the report from the other side.
It was savage as fuck.
Amazing beach, great water. There was a lot of undertow, but we did find at the other end of the beach that we didn't go to, there wasn't as much undertow. But there was a lot of little rocks to jump off of. But there was this thing called Mermaid Cave, and it's a lava tube that the ocean has, pushed up into, much like me and you. So you actually jump off of like this 10-foot high little bridge into this channel that's in between rocks. So you have to hit that channel, and you have to hit it when the waves are coming in so that you don't hit the lava at the bottom. But once you get that figured out, which, by the way, you just talked to my good friend Angel, big Hawaiian dude with the hair.
He's got all the cheat codes.
Yeah. He told me, I walked up to him, I said, look, show me what to do, let's do it. He said, let's go. So we jumped off, and then you swim back into this thing, maybe, what do you think, Tom, 50 meters?
Yeah.
About 50 meters. And the ocean's constantly pushing up and pushing out, and this thing isn't very high. It's a little bit deep, but it's not very high. So when the waves come in, even if it's a really, really tall wave, it hits the roof and stops. And then there's little air holes all the way back through this thing, and then you can actually escape out the back, and there's like a little beach inside here. But it's all in this fucking cavern. Amazing.
It's tight. I changed my profile picture on Facebook of Sheree and I in that cave.
Did you?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, fucking amazing. I went back and watched the videos that Kate had taken, and that was pretty cool.
It was pretty awesome.
So, Nanakuli Beach Park.
Oh, and Sheree wants to apologize to you for busting your lip. She got thrown into the wave. She actually thought she gouged your eye, but I guess she busted your lip.
I mean, she was just going to swim and like came over the top and pow. I mean, it's just that was the only issue with this cave is because the current was coming in and coming out, and we're talking about going over lava rocks, which you might not know this are not all that smooth.
No.
And so some of them under the water can still find you, and I found them.
Sheree found some on her knees and shin as well.
Yeah.
What I don't get is like, over time, fucking just the constant banging of water on a rock, it just smooths that surface. Why is it not that way with lava?
Erosion. It's breaking away.
Yeah, that's what.
Why isn't it smooth?
Because it's breaking instead of like with pebbles where those edges are being smoothed out. This is just shattering. It's so brittle.
Doesn't
Gotcha.
have that chance. Now, while you guys were doing that, I actually had some of my own adventures on the beach.
Please.
I got to have a Baywatch moment.
Nice.
Yeah, well, you would think so. I mean, we saw Nicole Eggert from her Baywatch days a little earlier in pre-production.
So fine.
Nice.
We all know Pamela Anderson, Baywatch. Even David Hasselhoff was Baywatch. Well, I'm just kind of sitting up in our little seat area and just kind of admiring the view and watching things transpire, seeing the kids down playing in the surf. Next thing I know, I see Dominic starting to lose his fear over the ocean. And
Dominic, your son.
My son.
Who is
7? 6. Just turned 6. And his fear is starting to go away. Does not swim at all. Kind of afraid of the water. He kind of gets close to that edge. He's hanging out with Ed's daughter, Rebecca. And next thing you know, you see this rogue wave come up, and you see the kid go ass over tea kettle and start to go down the beach.
That's that undertow.
That's where the Baywatch moment started.
Now, you were a responsible parent. I mean, you weren't just sitting back up at the ice chest drinking beer while your kid was down by the undertow, were you?
Yeah, it was.
Your kid was wearing some kind of floaty device.
He was wearing a floaty device, and I had 2 eyes on him at all times.
Okay.
So I see this developing. I could see it happening right before it actually happened. Next thing I know, ripping off the hat, running in slow motion as fast as I can. Oh, it was a thing of beauty as every piece of me is jiggling different directions and get down there and sweep up the kid as he's being swept out into the surf and get back up to the seats, and the lifeguard's there waiting. Everything okay here? No, things are great. The kid almost got washed out to sea. Things are fine.
That has to be the reason why when we came back, the lifeguard kind of hovered in that area.
Yeah.
We're going to need to save the white people.
Yeah.
So, as he was talking to me, I was thinking, I'm like, I'm coming across as a complete idiot.
You know what you like. The dingo ate my baby.
So, yeah, you guys had one amazing experience going on while I have the other not as amazing experience of watching your kid being swept away.
Well, you got to witness it. Every time we go to the beach, I picture it, and I'm like, fuck, kids. They got to stay in my eyes. I've got older kids, 16 and 13 now, and I still worry about them in the water. Sheree thinks I'm an overbearing parent.
I'm going to tell you, that undertow was probably the strongest undertow I've felt.
It's rough.
I couldn't believe how crazy that was right there.
Northern California, almost all of from well, I can't say from San Francisco, but most of the Northern California coastline, you just can't swim in it. It's that fucking bad.
Well, you also
And
have
it's cold as shit.
that never helps. And then you kind of have that weird area. So it goes from San Francisco up the coast to Fort Bragg, California, and then out to an island that's off on the coast. And that triangle is the big great white breeding ground for all the seals. So you contend with the great whites, which is never good. Cold fucking water, and we're talking like 52 degrees.
Yeah, it's not
not
fun.
warm.
It's not fun.
And then you have those waves in a jagged coast, and Mavericks is a big surfing destination that's there, known for their 50-foot faced waves. So very inhospitable,
Yeah.
as opposed to what you picture when you talk about like San Diego beaches and LA beaches, those types of things, which the water still sucks. Don't get me wrong.
The pollution warms it up.
The pollution warms up a little bit. San Diego was maybe almost tolerable. No, it wasn't.
It was closer.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's.
Well, it was
it's
better than the
It's-
Central California
Yeah,
coast.
it's better. It's better than the farther north you go.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, but the, fuck, I just blew my whole mind.
You just started a shotgun. Kaboom!
Yep.
Speaking of guns, I only want to say this because it was fucking hilarious what she said. I shared it out on Facebook. your guys' boy, T-Jack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. yeah.
T-Jack.
Well, I'm not going
comes
to claim
home.
him anymore. But
Well, not anymore.
I still got love. He did something dumb. Fucking people do dumb stuff. I'm not going to judge the guy.
Yeah, he did something dumb, but what his wife said was fucking
What-
savage,
hold on.
man.
What happened? Tell people that don't know. What T.J.
Tavares Jackson, the former backup quarterback of Seattle Seahawks, comes home drunk from a party, get-together, whatever, starts some sort of verbal altercation with his wife. She's saying some things. He says, as he grabs a gun out of his bag, loads it, and tells her, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch." And her exact words are, "You better be," well, okay, before I fuck it up, "You better be accurate." There it is. "You better be accurate because you ain't accurate on the field." You tell that to a drunk backup quarterback with a gun in his hand.
Loaded gun, too.
Because you ain't accurate on the field, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I like
But I mean,
T.J.
it's hilarious.
Well-
he never did anything wrong when he was in the league.
Well, that's debatable. I do remember a game against San Francisco, the one year that he started that cost us a playoff spot, where he ran out of bounds at the end of the game in the fourth quarter on fourth down.
But he did. I mean, it was a bonehead move.
And he's shown he can do another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I mean, he was a great backup.
But I mean, it didn't prove that he was inaccurate. He didn't throw it.
I think the numbers do.
It got him enough money to go be the starter in Minnesota for a year.
No, that's where he came from. He went to Buffalo.
I thought he left.
He got traded to Buffalo and didn't even make it a full season with them before
I thought
making
he
it
went.
back.
I thought he went to Seattle, Minnesota, back to Seattle, then left again.
No, Minnesota, Seattle, Buffalo, Seattle.
And then floating. I actually thought he might have came back this year.
Oh, that was the talk. He was supposed to be chasing his one last chance at a contract. Well,
I don't
he blew that.
So I don't know that the problem. I'm gonna take a little approach. I'm gonna take it from my friends Trey Parker and Matt Stone here. I don't know that the problem is these professional football players and these guns. I think the problem is we need to start figuring out how to silence these women.
Yeah, I mean, who does she think she is?
Going in cause I mean, this guy's worked hard his whole life. He comes home, insults him. A guy who's worked his entire life for one thing, she insults that. The guy
Knowing that he has inaccuracy issues.
and he's drunk, so she's just she's fucking asking for it. She's actually playing suicide.
Yeah.
She's playing Russian roulette with her life, and now we're supposed to feel bad for her because he threatened to pistol whip her.
But hadn't he already pulled the? Oops, sorry. Hadn't he already pulled the gun?
Well, we don't know what she said before that, but I assume it was down the same line.
It's in the report.
She knew he was drunk. She's riding his coattail. Without T-Jack, that bitch would be hungry. She got to take something once in a while.
That's true.
And if it's a pistol in the face, did she get shot? Then shut the fuck up and sit down.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And on that note, your one last female listener has left.
Again, these are the views of Eddie Rock and not the Ed and Tom Show.
I'm saying that all in jest. Obviously, this guy.
He did get a Super Bowl ring, right?
He got one as a backup.
Did you hear?
I don't condone.
And he actually played in the game.
I have to say this. I don't condone domestic violence, pulling guns on women, beating them, telling them shut. They're equal people. But that bitch better listen next time T-Jack say some shit.
So he did get a ring, and he actually played in the Super Bowl.
He did play in the Super Bowl.
So did you hear about Anderson Varejao, who used to be, he was on the Cleveland Cavaliers roster this year, traded to Golden State.
Right.
He may still get a ring because he was on the roster earlier this year. How fucking, like, how would you feel? I mean,
lose the finals,
I lose the finals, but get a ring.
That's got to be about like fucking punches and bunches Ed Monix wearing his ring in semi-pro.
You didn't even play it. Earlier, sat on the bench the whole season.
Earlier we were talking about the X-Men movies, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and these new ones that come out. What if I told you today I could show you how to make Cyclops vision so that you could have Cyclops vision?
What?
If I could provide you the means to have Cyclops vision.
Could I choose a different power?
Nope, that's the one.
I'll take it.
Okay, so somebody built a helmet. And I'm not lying. It's a Cyclops visor. And I'm going to show you guys a quick picture.
Look at that.
Is it actual flame?
Oh, this
That's
shit.
flame. That's not laser, but
So what they did, now let's talk about how cool this looks. And if you know what I'm looking at, so there's a girl wearing this helmet kind of bent forward. Well, I'm assuming it's a girl because there's a ponytail, and that's probably misogynistic as well. I haven't done enough of that tonight. And there's flames shooting out of their eyeballs a good, maybe 3 feet. When I read this article, it says they'll actually go out to 20 feet.
Holy
You
fuck.
can actually shoot them out to 20 feet.
It's got to be a lot of some sort of fuel.
10 feet, 10 feet.
Still, that's a lot of fuel.
That's across most bedrooms, right? You shoot across bedrooms. Now,
definitely in this room.
I want you to picture this because I want you to know how this is made up, and then I'm going to ask you again if you would like this. So it's basically a welder's helmet, right? That has 2 acetylene torches mounted to it that come around 2 igniters that then push it forward from the corners of your eyes, and you're protected by only the welder's helmet in the front. If anything goes wrong with this giant flame-throwing torch helmet, it's on your fucking head.
At best case scenario, you're blind for life.
Yeah, maybe.
That's best case.
Yeah, you're fucking... best case scenario, you look like Deadpool.
Oh.
That's best case, honestly.
Can I have Deadpool's powers after that?
Maybe. But yeah, so this person built it, and then they said that not only does it shoot, but then it's also dripping the extra...
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
So...
Spare.
No way.
It's venting. It's off-gassing.
Yeah, so you can have one, and they actually,
I don't want one.
you can actually, the blueprints are out there, so if you'd like to build one, or any kids out there listening, if you just go to YouTube, you can look up Cyclops visor, and it'll show you and the how-to steps on to make it. Because we are all about safety here at the Ed and Tom Show. And if you are going to do something, you could just listen to us and then try to experiment, or you could go out and see how the professionals have done it. And that is a professional-looking person.
Right there, that speaks to me of 4th of July.
4th of July.
That's what that says to me.
And then you know what it says to me? Jason Pierre-Paul.
Chris Daughtry.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to hold the fireworks that way.
Yeah,
I know
just do that.
JPP has announced to us that he will not even be in the United States for 4th of July. So rest assured, he will not hurt, he will not hurt himself this year.
I feel safer.
Thank you.
How do we not? Which reminds me, I bought those.
The poppets.
The poppets. I bought 4 big boxes of poppets for the kids the other day.
Oh yeah,
we got them to them.
We got some. We got, I don't know how many.
We can play with them.
Right now?
We don't have to give them to the kids. We can do whatever we want with them now.
Last 4th of July was pretty sweet.
What did we do?
I don't remember.
We went to a concert. We did go to the concert.
No, I wasn't even in this country last 4th of July.
Kate, that's the night that Kate got shit-faced while we were watching, the country guy that I like. Montevello is the name of his album. Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt.
We went and saw Sam Hunt. Great concert. Hot. Middle of the day, like 4 o'clock. We had gotten there like at 2, and Kate started drinking the
Ricketts?
No, the Limeritas. But it was the Mango-ritas.
Mango-ritas.
She knocked down 12 of them while sitting there.
Oh, shit. That's a lot of sugar.
And then stood up.
Oh.
Not only was she dehydrated and sun-drenched, but she may have been a little tipsy. That was the night that she was like, if only
somebody had a car.
She was trying to get Cherie to give me your car to use for the night, but instead of just saying Cherie, she kept trying to beat around the bush. And we all knew exactly what she was talking about. We kept saying, like,
she was trying to be nice.
But what are you trying to say? She's like, you know, if somebody had a car we could use, like who? I don't know.
This year, Chris Daughtry
Oh my gosh.
is going to be playing.
Who?
Chris Daughtry.
Yeah. He was just
he knows
Daughtry.
it.
Isn't it just Daughtry?
Yeah, his band is Daughtry.
Yeah, Daughtry. He was an American Idol guy.
So he's kind of like Bon Jovi.
Not nearly as
even
cool.
close.
Although, why in the fuck did Bon Jovi make that Comcast DirecTV commercial? Come on, John.
Because they threw money at him.
Well, the best part is, though, he's talking about turning back time. Yeah, look at him in that commercial. He's not turning back time.
No. But first of all, he looks fucking amazing for what he's been. Talk about what you were talking about earlier. An actor, a comedic actor of our generation.
Yeah.
Talk about a rock star of our generation.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That guy.
You've said it's like don't try in karaoke a Bon Jovi song and try and sound like him.
No.
Yeah.
And if you look at how he did it as a business perspective, I think there's a big case study there on how he managed his band and the people in it, not only financially but personally, and it speaks a lot for him.
And he's co-owner of an arena football team.
And then you make a bitch-ass DirecTV sellout commercial where you're singing like a fucking monkey on a crankbox? Jesus Christ, John.
Yeah.
You're my hero, dude. You give love a bad name.
You don't get to see. We don't get to see. We don't get to see his face enough. And you just got to put his face on.
Well, you could say he sold out long ago. I mean, think about what song leads off the Deadliest Catch.
Is that a sellout or just a great song? I mean,
he sold the rights.
I'm not tracking.
No, hold on. Then I'm going to say this. Who's that guy that sings that song, 5 on it? What's his name? Lunes. He's a sellout, too. Because he fucking dropped... You never heard that song? Oh, that shit's hot, man.
So
should I let him hear it? No.
Okay.
I'm going to let you hear it. This guy sold out because he sold this one to a show. If you think that John sold out, wait till you hear what fucking Lunes did. Because you're going to hear it and you're like, that bitch sold out. All right. So let me pull it. Talk amongst yourself.
You're going to feel silly.
I'm going to feel silly.
I'll give you a topic. Military intelligence, neither military nor intelligent. Go.
Well, this is more up your alley.
As soon as he said neither military nor intelligence, the first thing I thought of was the presidential candidates and our current president. No military, no intelligence.
Well, when have they? At least in recent years.
Our great president, GW.
You ready, Brent?
Oh, you're back to the early 90s.
No,
you're no.
G-Dub.
Oh, he had military experience?
Yes.
Come on now.
Not a lot, but he's
Come on
he's in the
now.
reserve.
Air National Guard. Come on.
Well, it's more than a bomb.
All right, here's what I want you to do. This is going to be an exercise, and I just want you to close your eyes. I want you to think back to when you were about 12.
The viewers can see me closing my eyes.
Yes,
for the record,
I want you to go
12,
back.
13.
You're about 12, 13 years old.
Oh, it's that old.
Yeah, this is, all right, now I want you to think of a warm place, a happy place. Right after this commercial.
That wasn't doing it for me for some reason.
Lunas, it's his last name, but he only goes by his last name. And he's a classical composer.
Oh, Madonna.
Yeah, well,
No, Lunas.
he's classical.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you're back.
Sorry, I got it.
You're back to the spot.
All right.
Just got done.
Warm,
drinking
happy
your dick.
place. Got it.
Just got done rubbing one out. Sound familiar?
That sounds awfully familiar.
Are you in the warm spot?
Yeah.
Oh shit! This is taking back people.
Oh, I love this song so much.
People, are we starting over? Hell yeah, we starting now. All right, here we are.
The Time Show. I'm Tommy T.
I'm Brent, and I'm diddling my dangler.
I didn't know who Lunas was.
I still don't.
Yeah, that's a dope song though.
That was Lunas.
That was Tom. When we
That
first.
takes me back. I mean, it takes me back, I don't know, 28 weeks ago?
Yeah. Well, when we were talking about it, before we even talked about this show, the first idea Tom had was, I don't know what we're going to do or talk about, but I got the song. I was like, well, what song? He's like, the first minute of Got 5 on it. I was like, huh? I hit it. I was like, oh, that's it.
It took off.
That's it.
But yeah, now we're doing more original stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
we got hit by Luna's lawyers. We got
Luna's lawsuit?
Yeah, it was a cease and desist letter that we got, and we fought it. But it just, in the end, I'll be honest with you, he had a little bit more resources, and the lawyers, he just was going to drag it on forever. We were going to win, much like the Stairway to Heaven case that's going on there. It was going to be one of those, like, we probably did use it first, and he sampled it from us. But, that's for the courts to decide, and we just decided to settle. Just get off of it.
Well, I appreciate
They
that.
did the old document drop on our lawyers. They just showed up with boxes and boxes of, and then we're like,
Yeah.
we
And
ain't
then
got time.
I honestly, there was a Twitter thing that started happening too, and I have to admit that came from their side.
Oh, it had
to have.
That was.
Well, here's the thing I look
lowbrow.
at, and I'm appreciative that you decided not to fight it and bring the lawyers in it, because it just means I'm going to get paid one of these days.
You might, if we can do that. What's your next? What's the next thing we're sending you out to after 200? After 200.
Let's see. There's a possibility that you might see me at an NFL training camp in the coming weeks.
Cheney?
That's
In Cheney?
no, up in Renton. They've been there for many, many years now.
That's right.
At the VMAC.
Yeah, at the VMAC.
Are you planning on going over?
I got the pre-registration today for season ticket holders, so
Nice.
we'll see if I can make that work out with the schedule. Dominic's getting at that age now where it might actually be something worthwhile for him. Might be able to get him to take my ticket that I've been so desperate to get signed for a long time.
There you go. You started to say something really dumb, and that you're like, oh, he's getting to be that age, and I want him to have that experience. No, you're not doing it right as a parent. Brent, the only reason that you take them cute little fuckers is to exploit them for your own stuff.
Oh,
And-
absolutely. I got into that.
And you did, and so I appreciate that you tried to act like a loving, caring parent, but then really brought it back to what
No,
values.
it's all about me.
Right.
I'm not gonna
What you-
deny that.
You were talking about your Super Bowl ticket.
My Super Bowl ticket, yes.
You did go to a Super Bowl.
I did go to a Super
Which one was that?
That would have been Super Bowl 48.
Who was in the Super Bowl 48?
That would have been Seattle and the Denver Broncos.
Oh, that was that close game.
Yeah, that really close game.
No, the real close game was the one that pushed you guys into the Super Bowl.
Oh, the tip drill.
I was at that game too.
Yes.
Tip drill.
I've been in a lot of history, and one of the loyal listeners was there as well.
Jeffrey?
Jeff was with me that day.
Jeffrey.
He now goes to all of the NFC Championship games with me.
He has
It's a
to.
set rule now.
He has
All
to.
of them?
He has to.
All of them.
Now,
that we are in.
Oh, that you're in.
with me, yeah,
Which is probably going to be like the next 5 or 6 of them.
it's very possible. We know San Francisco won't be at the next one.
You don't know that.
We're pretty sure.
You don't know
I'm
that.
pretty confident in that statement.
I'm willing to throw down a bet right now that they are not in the NFC Championship game next year. And I'll put some stiff odds on this.
I'm not going to take that.
One of my favorite bets to do on the golf course is one of those long shot odds bets. And I usually rope my good friend Brent into this one. And it's usually when we're sitting about 150 yards out, and I'll say, you know what, Brent, I'll tell you what, 1,000 to 5. If you sink it from here, $1,000. If you don't, you owe me 5. And it was we were playing at Apple Tree one day, and he's like, I'll take it. And he fucking hit a 7-iron, and the motherfucker rolled way too goddamn close for my comfort past the pin. That being said, that's never going to happen again. So I will continue to throw that bet out there. And someday I will probably have to pay.
You just feel your testicles draw up inside you as it's going.
How am I going to explain this one? You were with somebody when they hit a hole-in-one.
Jeff Munley.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, his only hole-in-one that he's had, the only hole-in-one I've witnessed, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Tell us what happened. Set it up for us.
Well, we were on a local course in Yakima, Elks Country Club, and if I remember correctly, that's the 7th hole.
It's your story, dude. We don't care.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Jeff's listening. He would know.
The 19th hole.
We do care, Jeff. We do care.
And sun against us, slight wind in our face, and Jeff gets up there. He's first one on the blocks and hits a nice clean shot, and it's kind of sailing down, and you see it kind of pass through the sun, and next thing you know, we don't really see anything. We didn't actually see the ball go in the hole.
What are we talking distance here?
150.
Okay.
158. So we all take our shots and we're talking. Still don't see his ball out there. It's
Right.
pretty clean. So we rode up and I jumped out of the cart and I was the first one up there. And sure as shit, there's that ball just sitting right in there.
Christ, dude.
God.
And I gave him the honors. I backed off of that thing, and I took his picture to cement it in time. And after the round, he had the three of us in the foursome sign his ball, and I wrote him a nice message.
And the
saying,
golf ball as well?
yes, I wrote him a nice message saying thank you for being my first.
Oh, nice.
Giggity.
Did he buy? Did he buy?
My understanding is yes. I had to bail because it was pushing 6 o'clock and Dominic had to be picked up from daycare.
Goddamn responsibility.
You gotta quit letting them fucking kids get in your way, man.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Kid, he's going.
I mean, they're resilient. They find a way.
He's 6 now, so I'm gonna start leaving him at home.
Do you know how hard they are to kill? I mean, it takes a lot of fucking work.
No, it almost happened
Did it?
yesterday.
He had a floaty on. He got an adventure.
Yeah, that's true.
He's light. He would have sat up on top. You know who would have drowned?
Me.
Your dumbass going after him.
Yeah. it damn near happened.
He's over there floating. He's over there floating. Tom was sitting out there with me. We were just kind of doing a little
Kick
float.
fucking Donatello in the head.
A big ass fucking turtle was right next to us. He came up and he was like, "What up, Doc?" And you were up there eating a Subway or something.
No, I was digging that.
I
got glutened.
I need to fucking tell you. Oh, yeah, just so everybody knows if they haven't put it together, this is our former homoceliac.
Yes.
friend here.
Fully recovered.
And I'll tell you how well, I just went, we got some takeout from old L&L Drive-In tonight. And anybody here that's on the island knows L&L Drive-In is like the McDonald's of Hawaii.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. And I
No,
told
I did not
Brent,
go wrong.
I said, just trust me, I'm going to get you something. But I said, it's going to be like 3 meals.
Yeah. You're not going to finish it.
You get 2 giant fucking scoops of rice that are the size of a coconut.
Yes.
You get another scoop of
Mac salad.
And then you get a full chicken breast, a big chunk of Kalbi ribs,
Yes.
and then maybe a half a pound of Kalbi beef.
Half a pound.
And, you get a big slab.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just trying to feel better about it. It was probably a half pound.
You motherfucker ate the goddamn destroyed the whole thing.
Like 10
You
less than 10
left
minutes.
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I gave you way too much time.
Yeah.
I came back and this bitch is licking the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck? Did you drop it?
You gonna eat all yours?
Did you throw it down the garbage disposal?
And I had a full conversation with Tom while that was going on. And
I didn't have to wait for him to be mouthful empty or anything.
That shit is so good, isn't it?
It was good. And all I could think about as I was painfully eating the next bite was, I don't want this to sit and go to waste. This can't let this go.
The other one they make, we did the barbecue
Yeah.
mixed plate. They make a seafood platter.
Oh boy.
And you get, it's all fried, and that's why I only do it every so often.
yeah.
But they do it good, and they got these scallops that are about like this, right? And then big ass shrimp. I mean, big shrimp tails, and then a big piece of fish. And it's all really, really good. And then you get the same rice and mac salad, which are just staples. Really, really good. Because it's fried like that, I only do it every once in a while. But really good.
No, it was good. I appreciated it.
Good.
I'm a little nauseous still, but
Yeah, it's probably not sounding too good right now. However, we did pick
You
up
gotta have the katsu chicken before you leave.
yeah.
and some chocolate hapia pie.
Yeah, from Bob.
Ooh,
Ted's.
that's waiting.
It's in the
Ted's.
fridge.
Ted. Is it Ted's?
It's in the fridge right now, Ted's. So here's what I say, guys. I mean, we could talk all night, and I'm willing to go all the time we want, but we're getting close to that point.
It's 11:30 p.m.
It's 11:30 p.m. There's a glassed over look in your eye. Matter of fact, you fell asleep twice. We could cut this out now. I got some C notes downstairs.
See, 100?
Yeah, we can blaze up.
Got $100 bills.
We could blaze up some C notes, grab some chocolate hapia pie, talk a little shit, get the fuck off these mics, and just enjoy ourselves. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
We got any closing remarks?
Joe, just a reminder for those that do watch the movies for the Cinematic Circle of Criticism. Our movie this week is The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts. Our good friend Brent here has chosen.
The first movie not chosen by one of us.
Whoa.
Very
that
much so.
I didn't even realize.
Brent, anything that you'd like to say before you get out of here?
Thanks for having me. Love being on the show. Love seeing you guys. Hopefully it wasn't too irritating to the listeners. And hope to see you again sometime.
Don't be misogynistic to the listeners. We don't give a shit.
We don't give a fuck about no listener.
Fuck you too.
No, not me. Fuck the
Oh, I'm
listeners.
a listener.
No, I think that you've proved that you have what it takes. You have the face for radio.
Oh, it is.
You know, and the body for radio. And I think it's great that you put it together this way. You came across well. I think this is really going to be popular, and this could be the start of something small for you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Very small.
I'm used to small things. So
Dream small.
You are the boss.
One more thing. There is a segment that we'll be missing out of this show, and that's our TNA and the G-Spot.
no TNA.
Reasons not because of any fault of our own, but our listeners that we care so much about. We have not received any questions.
Well, I'm here, so I apologize.
Maybe we've answered them all.
I did ask a question tonight.
Maybe we'll get another why don't dogs have belly buttons?
Yeah.
Questions.
Maybe we went too hard in the beginning and scared them off when they asked stupid fucking questions.
Yeah, that sounds like, well, now I'm going to be scared. I don't know.
Yeah, now I'm going to ask a question. They're going to say my name, and then they're going to blast me for asking it.
I personally had multiple ones that never even made it to air.
Yeah. What? Consider the source. Understand the outcome.
Oh, wait. We do have one.
Is it from fucking Nowlin?
No, it's on Facebook. It's actually from my bride on Facebook.
What's that bitch
I
want?
have not read it yet. Yeah, probably. Everyone is asking.
Okay. Everyone. Hold on.
This is the first time seeing this. So.
Hold on, Tommy.
We gotta drop it.
Tommy, you can't just...
Oh, there.
There could be an ad. We may have to get to an ad. Oops, wrong button.
No, it's our own. It's our own drop.
I know, but sometimes... Oh,
TNA in the G-Spot.
TNA in the G-Spot. Tommy.
Boom! So, Cherie, my lovely, lovely bride, everyone is asking, why do you have to do all the challenges? Why doesn't Ed ever have to do anything? The people want equality. And then, I don't know what?
I don't
Also,
think people do.
you can't see anything on the FB page. I don't know what that means.
The Facebook page? You can't see anything on the Facebook page. Well, I just blame her man for letting her have a phone.
I don't know what that is.
And we continue.
There is no equality. Why do you have a voice? Why do you have a voice and wear pants?
I'm going to say I'm part of we, I would assume. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody. So
You were a listener up until this moment.
Until this moment.
And then in 2 weeks you'll be a listener again.
At no point have I questioned why Tom's always getting the challenges. It makes for good listening.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a simple answer to this. Everybody loves to hear Tom suffer.
Yes.
They
do.
There is just something special about.
I have realized that's why God has put me on this planet.
It's what you give us that we really appreciate, and your commitment to giving whatever it is to us.
So I went back and watched while editing the show last week with me getting
Waxed. Which was amazing. If you didn't watch this, Tom last week had to get a chunk of his junk waxed by Kate the Hate.
and my chest.
Just to prove to people we were doing it.
That it was real.
I enjoyed seeing the after effects on your crank yesterday.
I'm telling you, it was so goddamn funny. If you go back and watch that video, it's hilarious.
I'm just looking at my face when in preparation of it. I'm like, oh my God, that's the face of fear.
It was. It was. Now, my closing shot here. One thing that has become a tradition, if you are a guest of the Ed and Tom Show, you are showered with gifts and love and lavish things. And we've done this for everybody that's been on the show, and why would we stop now? So Tom and I put together a little something for you that we've talked about it. We did this for you a long time ago. We never gave it to you, but we wanted you to have it. And so on behalf of the Ed and Tom Show, we have a little gift for you. And it's
Oh my God!
just
We got a little. That's not a retread bag, by the way.
this
That's
was
not retreaded.
we went and picked something up for you.
Oh, I hope it fits.
I hope it fits too. I hope it fits too.
Ooh, what do we got here?
Titties McTitterton.
Titties. So, on behalf of you always doing things for us, offering things, when I got this jersey signed, you were the person that I had in mind.
Hello.
So this was one of the ones that I was able to get done at the draft. It's been on the wall here for a while. So here you have Richard Sherman's autograph.
Yeah.
Here you have
Tyler Lockett.
Russell Wilson.
Is that Michael Bennett?
Michael Bennett. And Tyler Lockett.
Wow.
And it's the military appreciation to support the troops out there.
Salute the troops.
So, yeah, thanks for being on the show, man. We appreciate you being here. And wanted you to know we appreciate you.
Thank you.
But, yeah,
Love you, brother.
yeah, love you too, man.
Love you, brother.
That shit was gay. You're stupid.
I can't believe you ended the show like that.
I can take it back.
Speaking of, we did forget one thing, and it's going to have to wait.
What's that?
Tom's embarrassment.
We'll get that. We got next week.
Oh, well, look at that. We're out of time. I'm Tommy T.
I'm Eddie Rock.
And we out. Stay tuned for 30 next week.
You are listening to the Ed and Tom Show.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, hopefully you enjoyed yourself, man.
Oh, it was a blast. I loved it.
You may not know this about me.
Get the fuck out of here, man. We got to get these C-notes.
This is coming out.
Got to get that crew is safe. Nothing's showing up on the Google.
Sticky icky. Fuck, we still gotta spin the fucking wheel.
I feel like Parappa the rapper.
Rapper the rapper?
This is why you're a fucking asshole.
That was a game.
Drugs, alcohol, and domestic violence.
Panda bear.
Stresses me. Goddamn cancer.
And we all know how I love pandas. The Ed and Tom Show. Coming from the club and you wanna bang that hoe. You ask your wife, please, but that bitch says no.
You missed 2 chances and no whole work. Your wife blue balls you like you're some kind of jerk.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Your son got you smoking and he says, no way. That little bastard smokes 2 grams a day.
Man, living with Kate is such a drag. Makes me wanna jerk it to a gay porno mag.
Out it.
You gotta fight for your right to suck dick.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? That doesn't even. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you ruining the song? Jesus Christ, dude. You gotta fight!
Don't come to bed if you ain't packed my poo. If you haven't pumped my ass, you won't get my goo.
Cherie busted in and said, what the fuck? Bitch, you're just jealous and you got Tom's luck.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
Jesus.
People fighting to get in here to shoot us.